How's it going, Blues fans? My name is Nico Pauly, creator of the Blue blog here on YouTube and on Instagram as well. I am back, but unfortunately with an absolute stinker. The St. Louis Blues lose 8-3 against the Nashville Predators, and Ryan O Reillys' first game back in St. Louis ever since being traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs last trade deadline. So, obviously not feeling great about this one. But it's okay. My mood will shift dramatically because my father just said, "Hey, let's go to Fraser's." For those who don't know, I do live in Arizona, but Fraser's is a shop kind of close to the Tempe or Scottsdale area that serves St. Louis style pizza. The owner's mother ships in Emo's cheese from St. Louis weekly to make the pizza, and it tastes insanely similar, and I'm so excited to have it. You know, it's just after we get smoked, it's just like, come on, I need something good. I'm hungry, haven't ate. It's just, I'm ready. I'm ready for this, and I'm going to be absolutely stoked. And this 8-3 loss is going to be behind me, just like how the Blues should put this 8-3 loss behind them, right? So, let's talk about this game really quick. First period, I felt like was actually not too bad. I felt like both teams kind of got off. They looked fast. Everything was looking really good. Nashville, I feel like, had the good scoring chances first because Marcus Scandella is an absolute idiot and turns over the puck and leaving a 2-on-0 for Hofer. But Hofer makes like 4 straight saves in a row in front of the net, and all high-quality saves just based off of that one turnover. And the Blues come down. And the Blues are working really hard. They look really fast in the O-zone today. They get their own shots. Shots. Lankinen's making big saves back, so it's looking like, all right, this is going to be a really, really, really fun game. Unfortunately, the Nashville Predators go up 1-0 at the, I'll tell you in a second, at the 4:57 mark from Philip Forsberg. It's really tough to keep track of all these, but pretty sure this is the one where Nick Leddy was at the back of the net, tried throwing it along the boards up to Buchnevich. Buchnevich, I feel like, hesitated for a minute, didn't get the puck out. Puck stays in. Forsberg comes in, he shoots, he scores. So it's 1-0. And literally about 30 seconds later, we get a 3-on-1. Justin Falk with an absolute terrible pinch, misses the puck. Then Torrey Krug is back for a 3-on-1, trying to stop this. Trying to make a good play, goes backhand, tries to slip it 5-hole. We don't know if it's in the net or not, but it ends up being in the net through the 5-hole. But so far, honestly, I wouldn't put any of these on Hofer yet, just because we're not playing good in front of him defensively. Too many turnovers. We don't like to see it. Then Evangelista, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering it, makes it 3-0 at the 13:53 mark. If you want to be honest, the Predators scored so many goals that I don't remember this goal at all. Lo siento. I'm sorry. And it's just not looking hot. But you know what? A few minutes later, Buchnevich gets one. This is a great play by Marcus Scandella, who has the puck at the point, kind of like holds on to it. He's holding on to his forehand, going around. Nashville Predator defenseman around him, kind of cutting towards the net. Gets it around the Nashville defender's stick, and then Buchnevich lets it rip, and that's a goal. Blues are now down 3-1. It's still, honestly, at this point, throughout this first period, I felt like the Blues were never out of this game, or never out of that game at that point. The Blues, I felt like, still were really hemming and really trying to get a goal going. Lankinen was standing strong, but, after that one, it felt like it was like, okay, now, you know what, we gotta stay strong defensively and keep hemming them and, tie this game up, hopefully by the third period, because our finishing aspect of our game is no bueno. But, so that's the end of the first period, down 3-1. Second period starts off no bueno. Stasny comes in. It was like a 4-on-2, really. Hayes, coming into the O-zone, Hayes on the right side floated it to Toropchenko to try and chip this in. A little bit off the mark. Something that I really didn't like about this play was Kapanen was getting way, way, way too deep. Way too deep. So now you have Hayes on the far right deep side. Toropchenko, who's, trying to work his ass off to get there. And chip this puck in the net. So he's in the corner. And Kapanen was floating back back from behind or going behind the net. Something you absolutely hate to see. So now the Predators read this. They come up 4-on-2. Puck goes to Stastny. We give him middle of the ice. Rips it. First career goal. Congratulations, Stastny. And now we're down 4-1. Hofer gets pulled, yanked. I personally felt like he wasn't even having a bad game, but this goal that he let up was not it. That was not a good goal to give up. But nothing on Hofer. He's 23. It's not a big deal. I will give more thoughts on what this team's direction I think might be and what our problem is. But yeah. So Binnington comes in the game, and next thing you know, Binnington is facing a 5-on-3 penalty kill. The Blues are really trying to get this puck out. They don't. And I think it was Colton Sissons. Colton Sissons did a good job at tying up Scandella in front of the net as this pass went across from Forsberg to O'Reilly for an easy tap-in on Binnington. Nice to see Ryan O'Reilly score in St. Louis, if you want to be honest with you. Miss the guy. Great little video celebration. That was his 10th of the year. Buddy's on fire. And, if only we had him, right? If only we had him. But we're going in a different direction, which is okay. And it's whatever. The Blues just continue to try and get something going, nothing going. You know what I mean? A bunch of shots, but not a lot of second chances there. Picking up rebounds and scoring off that. But Thomas from Buchnevich. Thomas with a great shot, far corner, nicked that puppy, and a great pass from Buchnevich to make this whatever it was, 5-2, 6-2 maybe. At this point, I really lost track of the game. But if you want to be honest, it just, for me at least, it really felt like the Blues were still somewhat in this game, just a little bit. I still had that sliver of hope. I just felt like offensively, they could have done something, but. At 17-29, Philip Forsberg. He scores the second of the game, 11th of the year, making this a 7-2 game. That's officially where I drew the line. That's right where I drew the line, because it was just like, Jesus. It's, ugh. But, yeah, start of third period, the Blues would get a power play, and Jake Neighbors would get a great tip in front from a great play by Torrey Krug. Jordan Kyrou also get an assist on this one as a secondary assist. The Blues would go 1 for 4 on the power play, a 25% on the day, much better than what it was all season. I cannot complain about scoring a power play goal. Jake Neighbors has been fantastic keeping him on this first line with Thomas and Buchnevich because he's a hard worker, and it's been paying out. This is 4 straight games of him getting a point. Last game he got an assist, but the other 3 games he got a goal. So now he's up to 5 goals on the year. That's probably more than most of our team, and you just love to see it. Blues would keep trying. Still, again, get shots, nothing going. And then Nashville come back and score easily, it felt like. It's just like, it is what it is. The rest of the game was really poop. Not much to go over. So, Blues drop this 1-3. We get dummied. It's unfortunate to see. At this point, I really don't think this team is a playoff team. And it really bugs me to say that because I felt like we were, but we're just way too inconsistent. And I feel like our big problem so far is our middle 6. Shen, Saad, terrible. Toropchenko, I love him to death. I do not view him as a third-line guy. I view him as a fourth-line guy. Fourth line, not a lot of skill, hard work. He gets in there. Just I feel like it's not enough skill to be a better third-liner. Or maybe just surround him with better players. I don't know. It's not working out. Shen and Saad, they've just been... I don't know. It's frustrating. Kyrou has been the biggest disappointment offensively I've seen all year. A lot better defensively. I will give him props like I do every video and every time I talk about him. But offensively, it's just so insanely frustrating because he always loses the puck and feels like he just makes the wrong decisions a lot of the time. I'm not seeing that flashiness, and $8 million rough. But you know what? If he's on the second line with a couple of good other second liners, I'd be much happier. Our first line is solid with Thomas and Buchnevich. I love it. Neighbors, I feel like could be a great first line guy with them just because he worked so hard and it's been so good. Second line with Shen and Saad. I view him as third liners. Kyrou would be a second liner, but Kyrou's been a bomb. Kevin Hayes, he's a good 3C, but they're just not generating any. I mean, they're generating some things, but they're not getting something. This team is just filled with passers, and it just makes me so upset. We need some snipers. We desperately need some snipers, which is why I want to count down to maybe around middle of March when the NCAA season is over. And I'm praying that Jimmy Snuggerud could make the transition to the NHL right away after the college season and get some NHL time. You know, he's a shooter. He's a sniper. I would love to see him. He'd be a great second-line winger. Nipping some puppies, top corns. This team needs it. I would love to see it. Our fourth line has been pretty solid, and our D core is... it's just rough. I mean, I'm okay with our D core, but we're just paying him way too much. Parayko I love right now. Parayko, especially lately, I love seeing the amount of shots he took on net today. He was using that clap bomb. One of the times it didn't go our way or it bounced back, and then we got scored on, I'm pretty sure. But I just love seeing him shoot the puck. Letty has been okay. Turnover machine lately, if you want to be honest with you. But, at $4 million, not a big deal. But if you think about it, we could have had a solid second liner and David Perron for $4 million for 2 years. So he probably would have already been gone and probably retired by now. So, and then we pay Scandella $3.25 million to be a third pairing guy who's worse than average, if you want to be honest. Torrey Krug, I felt like he's been good as of lately, but at $6.5 million, it's not it. I'd much rather have Perunovic right there in his spot. Perunovic is not as good as Torrey Krug overall, but Perunovic has the potential to be so much better than Torrey Krug and younger, cheaper, and it'd be so much better if he just said buy Krug and just threw in Perunovic. And I would also like to add that we almost had Travis Sanheim, who's having a fantastic year for the Philadelphia Flyers, for Torrey Krug, but Kruger said no. So what could have been, right? It's just the price that pisses me off for Krug. That really grinds my gears, to be honest, but it is what it is. Our goalie situation, I'm not going to put it on them. Bennington is still awesome. Joe Hofer is only 23. Can't hate on him. That's all for me tonight. I'm about to go eat some pizza. I hope everyone really enjoyed, as we got absolutely dummied this game. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Go follow the Instagram. It's at Blue Blog. I can't ever put a link, I don't know why, in my description, but it is what it is. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Next game will be Sunday afternoon at 12:30 my time, 1:30 St. Louis time against Chicago, in Chicago. And I'm actually excited for that one because they stink. And everyone have a good rest of your day. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. And thank you.